Hey YouTube, Madam Roy back once again. Well, here's the video I've been promising for a couple of days. This is going to be a review of my new to me, Canon PowerShot S31S. I picked this up, as I stated in my previous video, for $8 at our local community garage sale. And I really want to do a separate video about this because this is an excellent camera. This camera was made between 2006 and 2007. It features 6 megapixels, which is sufficient for me. As long as you're not blowing your pictures up like poster size, you keep them to about the size of a page, 8.5 by 11 or smaller, 6 megapixel is more than enough. On the front here, you can see it does have a Canon zoom lens. It's a 12x zoom, which very nice for a non-DSLR, and even though this looks like one, it is still considered a point and shoot. Let's see what we have here, 6 to 72 millimeter, and some other information there. It's been a long time since I've taken my camera class, so some of you guys probably know what that means, that 1, 2, 7, 3, and then 5 USN. Up here, you can see it does have image stabilizer, ultrasonic. The image stabilization on this is really good, actually. I've used this to take several videos, and you can see them on my YouTube page. One was just a test video of this, and then the other one was, I think, when I reviewed the quad-core system. So again, very, very good video quality, and it's amazing considering that this is only 640 by 480. This is not technically a high-definition camera. Up here you have your flash control, basically flash for the pictures, and then your microphone control if you're in video mode. The flash pops up here, very typical for this type of camera. Right there you have your red eye reduction. I believe that is a mic for the video portion, but there's also one right there as well, so I think we have some stereo action going on there. On the side here we have 2 buttons here, manual focus, and looks like a quick button for the scene modes, and this does have quite a few of them. And as you can see, if this will focus, it does have the 12x optical zoom. I think that's it for the front here. This right here, the nice thing about this, they say you can actually change the lenses on this. I haven't really looked into that, and I think that's what this button here is for. I'm not going to take it off right now because I have to read a little bit more into that, but I did read online there are ways you can change the lenses on here, but it's not like a digital SLR. You actually have to buy lenses that are specifically for this camera. And then of course you can see the it does have stereo audio, the left and right channel right there. Turning to the back, we have lots of other options here. We have your zoom toggle left and right. Focus. Let's see if it'll, there we go. Right here you have your shutter button. This right here is for certain functions. This will actually do on and off for the video. In certain functions, there's another button that actually starts and stops the video, but you can see here you have zoom in and out. Very nice. I like the way that's planted because if you're holding the camera like this, very convenient to have the zoom right there. A lot of times they'll put them right on the back here. Here you have your off button. You push that to turn it off. Now to turn this on, you either slide it left to take a picture or video, and then or you slide it right to watch your picture or your video. Over here are your different modes. Auto is basically to make it like a point and shoot camera. The camera will decide what the best shutter speed and all the different settings are. If you go up, these are for your video settings. This is like if you're movies. AV is, I believe, if you're taking pictures outside, that gives you better light. Manual is, of course, you can adjust the the options there. And I'm not sure what C is, because I did not get the manual on this, and the information on this is scarce when I try to look it up online. And P is for panoramic. Now when you go down here, this is all for your pictures. You have the different scene modes here. You have close-up, distance, or the picture of the mountain is for distance, nighttime, fast motion. Now the scene button, the SCN button, it actually gives you more scenery options. So if you don't see the one you want here, you can put it to that, and then you can choose different options using the toggle switch here. Let me see what that is. I'm not sure what that one is. That might be another for panoramic pictures. And then of course just your regular video mode is right there. For right now we're going to keep it in auto. On the back here, this is actually the button you push to start and stop video production. The arrow keys, of course, are self-explanatory. Down here are a few buttons. This is, they call it set, but this is like your enter button. Menu gets into all the options. Display that switches between the LCD display and the viewfinder. And all these buttons do multiple things, but like this one, default changes the ISO. This one here is for some more scenery modes. And the function button lets you change things like how many megapixels, how big the picture is, or the resolution for the video. On the side here we have the AV out. This is so you can put it to your TV. And I do have that cable there. It's like a 3.5 or a 2.5, I'm not sure which, millimeter jack to composite input, so you can put it to any type of TV, high definition or standard. Then on this side, if I can do this one-handed, I don't think I can, but under here you basically have your USB out. You guys to see that, but it's very hard to do this one-handed, unfortunately. I'm going to put the camera down for just a second. There we go. As you can see, you have your standard mini USB, and this would be for DC charging. I did not get the actual adapter for this to charge it. But from what the gentleman told me, that was an option because you don't have to use rechargeable batteries in here, and he didn't. And then the very last thing to look at is this. This is just the door for the SD card. Right now I have a SanDisk, SanDisk 8GB SD card in there. And you just slide it back in and shut the door. Now the display opens like this. You just pull it to the side and it opens thusly. And then of course as it turn on, you just slide the bar to which one goes. So let's say we want to go ahead and take a picture. We're going to go slide that to the left. See if I can get it to go on the external display. There we go. Alright, so I don't know how well this is going to come out because it is kind of a small screen, but if I go into the function menu right here, this lets you adjust your different resolutions. Right now it's in the video mode. You can do 640 by 480 frames per 30 frames per second, or if you want to do 15, you have that option. And lower resolution will give you higher frame rates, like you do 320, 240 with 60 frames per second. But the default I keep it at is 640 by 480 at 30 frames because that's the best for YouTube. Going down here, you have the different options for the pictures. This is the highest. This is 2816 by 2112. That's 6 megapixels. You go down one more. I believe that's like 4 or 5. And then down again would be 3 or 2, and then of course one not even a megapixel. Then you also have an interesting widescreen option for taking pictures, kind of the part of the panoramic features. The one thing I do not like about taking video with this camera is it does not have a widescreen option, so every video I take on this is in the 4:3 format. But for what it is, it still takes amazing video. And I think that's it for that menu. The other options are not available right now to me because I'm not actually taking a picture. Let me go into the menu here real quick. You can see under the regular menu you have red eye reduction, you can turn that on and off, self timer, autofocus, which is on continuous. I want all that on because it's hard to manually focus when you're doing a video. Tally lamp, I think that's part of the red eye reduction system, and we'll keep all that on. Let's see, if you go back up here, the next menu, this is for the video, mute, volume. These are different audio options here. You have the mic level. Well, it's interesting. I've never had one you could actually adjust the level on. That's a nice feature. Wind filter, and then the sampling rate. I usually keep the sampling rate right at the default, because if you don't, once you try to upload the video you took, sometimes it can sound really funny. So I just keep that right at the same, basically just the default. LCD brightness, power savings, time zone, date and time, and then of course formatting the SD card, which I'm not going to do because I did that yesterday. And what's in here now is an 8 GB card. Even though this is a 2006, this is high capacity capable. Let's see, we have file numbering, which leave that alone. Create a folder for your new pictures or videos. Auto rotate, so that means if you turn the camera sideways, it'll take the picture in the proper portrait format. Distance units, and we're going to keep that at feet because we are in America. Language is English. Video system NTSC, that's correct. Print mode, I'm not sure what print method, I'm not sure what that's about. That's probably for PicBridge. Back then you used to be able to plug your cameras directly into the printers and print that way. Of course now everybody just uses memory card readers. And then reset all is at the bottom. So a lot of options on these menus. And lastly you have, let's see, that right here, that's the different themes. That's pretty cool. You can have like a little wallpaper on there. The startup image when you turn it on, startup sound, the operation sound, like little beeps it gives, shutter sound when you actually take a picture, I'm sorry, self timer sound, and then shutter sound. So that's about it for the actual features of this. Again, I said a lot of scenery mode. I'm going to go ahead and turn the knob to the scene, and I'll show you exactly what we have here. You can scroll through them real quick. We have foliage, snow, beach, fireworks, color accept, color swap, which means it'll kind of give you like a mosaic effect. I believe that's what that is. Night shot for shooting at night, indoor, and we're back to foliage. So on top of the, say, 4 or 5 that you have up there, you have about another 8 that are actually built into the camera itself. What I'm going to do is go ahead and attach a few pictures to the end of this just to show you the quality. I'm not going to do a video because, like I said, the last couple of videos I did were actually shot with this camera, so you can go ahead and take a look at those real quick. I'll go ahead and take a picture and show you guys that it does perform fairly quickly. It's got a nice shutter. So you can take a few pictures fairly quickly. See, and then I guess I'll just do one of, and here's the zoom. I mean, it's got a really nice zoom, and it's quick too. Plus you get the full zoom when you're recording video as well. And I also pulled up this page about the camera. This is from CNET. This is just a review. You could see how much this was originally. It was almost $800. Right now, it looks like you can get one on Amazon for about $350, but we all know what that's like. They're probably not even available anymore. Scroll down here. They don't usually have too much about it, but what I'll do is I can put this link in there so you guys can read the page a little bit more on your own spare time. Some of the information on there: the good, fast and responsive, comfortable design, decent movie. The bad is tiny LCD, which I agree, that LCD is very hard to see. That's why I use the viewfinder. Lacks RAW support. Yeah, that wasn't really popular with cameras too much back then. The faux widescreen capture, that's only good for, like I said, doing pictures. Doing videos on this, you cannot do widescreen at all. It's just everything's in 4:3 format. So anyway, this was a quick review of my new to me, Canon PowerShot S31S. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, have a blessed day.